recently gave one of my homeboys at an old job a recommendation for a movie, and his wife basically took away all his picks for a movie called Never Let Go. It was by Holly Berry, or it stars Holly Berry. It's about these her and these two kids, and they got to hold ropes tying them to places. It was crazy, but his wife and him had to look up what the ending meant, and he was like, "I lost all picks for the rest of the month," which I'm sorry, I really
Like movie picks?
yeah. His wife's not letting him pick any more of the Friday night movies. Now, I did partly to redeem myself by telling them to watch Speak No Evil, the American version, because if you watch the Polish version, you're gonna be very sad. You're gonna be very, very sad. Because that's what the Polish version is. It's basically like humanity is terrible and all things are bad, which is a sentiment that we can parlay directly into this emergency podcast, Everyday Black Man podcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We got another one for y'all. This one because there was a big ass election. This podcast, no skips, no flips. So we put this bad boy out as soon as we finish the podcast. So if you're listening to it right now, it's literally right after we finish the podcast.
And you better thank a union member.
You better thank a union member. You better do that. You better do that. We'll follow us on Twitter, EBYD Black Men, Instagram, Everyday Black Men, Everyday Black Men Facebook page. We also have a Patreon, it's EBMP. We have most episodes exclusively up there, but emergency podcasts don't count. Everything else does. We even have exclusive episodes just for our Patreon members, and all of them enjoy it. I've gotten some great feedback about it. We try to keep it a little bit, nice. So subscribe to Patreon. It's like $3, $4, $5, something like that. You got the money. Come on, let's do it. But
And you
anyway,
better thank a union member.
and yes, you better thank a union member as Reed does his most horrible Kamala impression. Which, if you're listening to this podcast, you already know that she lost, and it wasn't a pretty loss either. That woman got beat. If she was a man, we would say some things that are not very whatever. But she's a woman, so we're not going to say any of that. But yeah,
Already
Hopefully.
dead.
I know she is
I'll say
already
it.
dead. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
I forgot now. She ain't really worth it.
She ain't.
We'll work.
That's
We'll
fine.
work it.
And I
She
was
ain't really
washing my
worth it.
greens in the bathtub, and I looked up. Trump had 100 and some points. And I was like, no, not
Mama,
my
the
sister.
greens ain't even good yet.
No, the greens ain't good. The greens ain't
And I was
good.
so disappointed in my sister. And I want my sister to know, Kamala, that or Kamala, whatever we call her, that we here for you, the black community. Now I'm pretty sure you're gonna go Indian after this, but we here for you, One
Nah,
thing that
man. She said
hold
she's
on,
not gonna go
wait. One
Indian.
thing that black women have been doing is not holding her accountable for her own loss. Is everybody else not her fault? It's like the Democrats will learn nothing.
Well, Democrats never learn anything. And the
Correct.
Republicans don't learn either, but Democrats don't learn in a way that's like whatever. Because although everybody talks shit about Trump, Trump got his people to do the one thing Democrats were saying that they would never do. He got the niggas to early vote.
It's kind of frustrating though too, though, because I think at least with the Democrats though, there's the part of me that still kind of cares and wants them to do better and stuff. So that's kind of why it hurts. Yeah, it sucks that y'all don't learn anything though. Like, come on.
I mean, but if they learn something, they have to learn that, black men are actually the canaries in the coal mine when it comes to this kind of election stuff. Because we told y'all time after time that hey, we don't really like this girl, and she don't really have anything for us. And black women basically told us, shut up, get on the bus. And then we're like, nah, this ain't slavery. You don't get to tell me what to do or how to do it. Remember whenever we tell y'all to like keep your legs closed and not have a whole bunch of babies, but y'all don't hear that message. And then when it does end up, you got like 3, 4, 5 kids, and now you need a stepfather. You want the best nigga instead of the shitty niggas you've been dating. But at the same time, them niggas don't want you either. So you end up in this weird little thing where you're trying to get somebody else to be the father to your child. And most of the time it doesn't happen. It's crazy how that goes, man.
So what is going to happen after this though?
So it's
What are
gonna be
Democrats
crazy.
going to do?
Democrats are going to double down and do the same thing they've been doing. But where it's going to go from here, like I was reading, I subscribe to Business Insight and all those other ones, and that's actually going to be one of the photos that I'm going to use for this podcast. Comes from Business Insider. It's kind of called "How Donald Trump's Election Victory Will Affect Your Wallet." So basically, if you're rich, Donald Trump is going to make you richer. If you're poor, Donald Trump is going to give you shit. And that's basically what everyone thinks is going to happen. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but that's what people think is going to happen. They think if you're rich, Donald Trump's going to make you rich. If you're poor, Donald Trump's going to make you poor. If you're in poverty, Donald Trump's going to make it very hard for you. If you're not in poverty and you're like middle class, Donald Trump will be okay because Donald Trump is being bullish right now on crypto. If you don't know right now, as of this time, I believe Bitcoin is at about 75,000. It could have gone up since by the time you see this, but it's at 75,000. So that means it surged. Most people's retirements went up by like 5% today.
Mhm.
For those of us who bet on this at Robinhood, we went up as well. But I mean, basically, if you have money already, Donald Trump is probably going to make you richer. If you are a
He's,
woman and you live in a
he's
red
right
state,
now.
you should move. You should move. You should just call
Yeah,
it
he
a day
definitely
and
should.
move.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, the thing's like, it'll make you richer right now. But then, the economy will do what it does because the president alone doesn't contribute to everything that happens to the economy. So, yeah, I think it's gonna go up and down, and life is gonna go on. It's gonna be
I
fun.
think that's not quite sure, not quite as true as it used to be anymore.
Correct, because they have the House in the Senate this time. He
That's
has
what
a mandate to do
I,
whatever you want
I
to do.
was I was about
Oh
to
yeah,
say. When are y'all going to address the fact that everything's red, and it's including the judicial system?
Everything's red because Donald Trump, he knew what to
And
do, man.
and and two of those judges about to retire, so he's going to appoint two new judges.
Yep, and they're gonna be young as fuck too. But I mean, again, all this goes back to the Democrats. They never want to do the hard thing because if they had told Ruth Bader Ginsburg to sit her old ass down, they would have gotten at least one judge. And if she had gotten them one judge, it wouldn't be as bad as it's about to be. Yeah,
Are
like
we?
if you live in a blue state, it's about to be hell.
Are
Or
you?
sorry, if you live in a red state, it's about to be hell.
Are they ever going to realize that turning the other cheek and all that like polite shit needs to be out the window, and you fight ugly
No,
with
no, no, no. The
ugly?
Democrats can't do that. Democrats can't do that. They are literally incapable of doing what any other group of people would do, which is, you know what? Next time we get the next stat, we're gonna do everything. Because like I talked about with Reed, um, Democrats are never gonna fix abortion because if they do that, most women wouldn't worry about voting for Democrats anymore because that's the main issue to them.
So, what?
the
Funny you
younger
bring
one.
that up. So that well, you know one of the things when you won't say it out loud, but you're not surprised it happens. I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell read that I wouldn't say it out loud, even though I'm not fucking stupid, but it still sucked to watch, and that part affects my life and probably yours, Riker, or Ryder. I'm sorry, because like my wife is actually now like she doesn't want to move to a non-blue state because we want to have another child, and she had complications with our first.
Do y'all know more abortions have happened
In
post
blue
Roe v.
states.
Wade?
It ain't the abortions; it's the doctors that don't want to see the women that
Oh
have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
died.
There's plenty
Yeah,
of bitch
Yeah,
ass
but you
doctors,
wouldn't.
but
Man, where would you live at? In Atlanta? You'll be fine.
no. The blue
I mean,
states, there are blue states, but it's what 12 right now. Cali, Illinois, fuck, it's a few. I just looked at it
also,
because I was talking to
so
somebody.
you're not going back to your hometown or
I
your
don't,
new
I don't,
home?
I don't want to, but that is now up for consideration because in the process of procreation, I don't want to have to fucking have the decision of my wife's life or the child we want to have or some shit. Like, well, not even that. They take them both. That's the thing. They both will die.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like that's the problem. Like that was my
Yeah.
biggest stance on this shit. Like I don't agree with there's no separation of church and state, and we're
What's
becoming
that
every
to
other
do
country
with
in the
church?
world.
Why y'all making it
Hey,
about
Trump
church?
actually had something to do with that.
Ah,
I don't understand why y'all always say
About
it's
to say,
church.
Trump ain't been in church in forever.
all right. So
No,
wait,
but
wait,
he did
wait.
make it okay to do with
Church and
political.
state. Are you being facetious? Or are you for real?
That has nothing to do with church.
Yes, yes, it does, and
What,
it's not
life?
that.
That's
No,
what you think
no,
you
no,
derived from, but like logically speaking,
no. You are
and
looking at it in a very like obvious manner. I'm talking about
this
conservatives.
is why y'all always lose, and this is why you blue people
Why
will
you
keep losing. You're not
no?
listening to me. You're assuming that I thought it from a like a church standpoint. It has nothing to do with it. If you are pregnant, see what you're talking about exceptions. We're not even talking about that. If you are pregnant, you decided to have sex
Oh,
and you got pregnant, then that means that there's life in your body, and
uh-huh,
there's generally speaking a life in your body, even from
uh-huh.
a science standpoint. There's a life
Uh-huh.
in your body. You chose to do that. I'm saying you are an adult responsible for your
No,
actions.
you're talking about eliminating the baby. Nobody's talking
Right.
about that when it's to not irresponsibly eliminating the baby, but when that baby has to be removed for the woman to live in the
Yeah, but
process
I'm
of
not
giving
going to
birth.
argue on the exception because we know most people who are having these quote
That's
unquote abortions are not
but
that.
so who's to say why if we can make all other laws and rules that they couldn't make a regulation to say when there's a risk of life of the vessel, then they have to make the right decisions because that's where women are dying. I ain't
Isn't that
talking
the
These
issue?
about.
women are dying
You
from.
said you wanted to make the right decisions. When have you trusted them to make the right decisions? Why do you trust them now?
I'm not being misogynistic right now. I'm still kind
That's
of
not
aggravated.
misogynistic. It's
No, it's not
logical.
misogynistic. That's just when
Logical.
have you trusted the state to make the right decision? Because we both agree the state doesn't make good decisions. So why are we pretending like the state is
So no,
suddenly going
no,
to
no,
make
no.
better
So
decisions?
why is it not for allowed for the doctors to go ahead and step in and say under these circumstances there's a list or criteria that says we are allowed or we have to remove the fetus.
When you say doctor, do you
Um,
talk about abortion doctors or you talking about doctors? Those are two different kinds
Actual
of doctors.
doctors, OBs, the ones that deliver the babies, the ones that treat people, jackass.
Yeah,
No, no, no.
they're still under the same rules as everybody else too. So
Yeah, but if you're an
there's
abortion
no
doctor, you're just giving a fucking abortion. You don't
That's
really
the
care
Planned
about nothing.
an
Parenthood. Fuck Planned Parenthood. I don't
abortion
even care
doctor.
like that. That's different. But I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I mean, I don't
'Cause
necessarily agree with all that either, but that was my take. I'm not gonna hog the conversation on that one.
didn't they
Well, I
make it
mean,
so that
I think that was good. I think that was
I
a
think
good
that's an
conversation.
irrational fear.
I don't think
Because
it's completely irrational.
I
I
mean,
should say
that's
I don't think
I
it's
don't think it's
completely
listen.
irrational.
irrational, but
It
statistically
affects
irrational.
the household. Like it affects my legitimate household, and it's not because I'm irresponsibly having sex. We just gonna get rid of
No,
these
no,
babies.
no. What I'm saying is that you're taking on a what if fear when statistically a what if fear is like you've been through it before and that didn't happen. So I think you're proceeding in a way that's more fearful than you should be. Meaning statistically it is not likely.
Yeah,
But if there have been complications before, then it would be smart, especially when you're dealing with lives, to err on the side
I
of
don't know.
caution.
But well, he can stay where he's at now, have that happen, do that, and then go to wherever he wants to live.
that too. But then you got to think. I mean, what my problem is that affects the dynamic of my life and timeline of how we plan on living in this country. So
Well, you can
now they're
always keep enough fun to go to California whenever you want, because California don't kill.
but that's where they made it illegal if they go to another state to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I ain't
Which state? Which place made it illegal for you
That
to go
was
to
that's
another
a
state?
all right. So that
Texas.
is what's technically in that project 2025, which we don't know. All
That's
right,
not
so
real.
that's no. That's a caveat. That's a caveat. I ain't mean to caveat that early in it, but that's the problem with that I have with the Trump thing. Since he's been such a habitual liar, we don't know what is and isn't going to happen. It's not that is not a false reality. Don't know when that nigga's lying, when that nigga's telling the truth.
No, Project
Somebody did get
2025,
sued.
as we know, has nothing to do with him at this point. You have to go with what you know, not what you think you know or what they're assuming. I think
I
we're
believe it.
giving a
I
whole
ain't
bunch of
going off of
fears
what
that are
Twitter is
rational.
telling me.
I
I'm talking
mean,
about the rhetoric that's out there. Like that is an actual written thing. I'm not talking about the plans what the Democrats put out, what they pushed. They ran their campaign. I went in silence and I pushed as much as I could for the Democrat side of it because it had my well being in consideration, which is why I think anybody should vote. It's your well being, not your fucking hatred. But at the end of
For
the
sure.
day, like
uh, I
that's
wish
where
I wish it could be like that too, though. But yeah, a
yeah.
lot of people vote
Yeah,
for
but white
nature
people
stuff.
are self-destructive and Latins are
Yeah.
fucking retarded.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Well,
Is it
no.
Latin?
That's going way too far. The main thing here is you don't like how things turned out because of how it may very well affect your life. The reason a lot of people voted against Kamala is because she was part of the old status quo, and people also had their
I
lives
mean,
affected.
Actually, I agree with Bill
that's
Maher.
a
I,
reason.
I
A reason.
believe what Bill Maher said, where he and there's a few articles that spoke on it. They leaned into that liberal shit too far. They should have left
Yeah,
that shit alone and kept the
correct.
shit
And that's what
in
we
just
told them.
It's the
Correct. Yeah.
party of the gays.
Black people told them that, and they kept saying like, "No, you're going to go with us." And now you see
So
that nobody's going with you.
Right.
Like
So
Kamala got
and
the
I
biggest
think it's important.
beatdown in history. No one has lost
Yes.
in the modern age as badly as she lost, except
Reagan,
for that.
Reagan.
Right. And here's the
No,
thing too.
oh
Like
yeah, yeah,
I think it's
Reagan was
important.
worse.
She
I
lost
think
by a
it's
percent. She
important to
lost by a
remember.
percentage though.
Who, her?
Yeah. But,
Yeah, they showed the overall vote numbers, like in regards to popular vote. You talking about electoral or popular?
Wait,
yeah,
why
like
are you
for real.
talking about popular? It doesn't really matter about popular. As
Because
Tory
I'm
call it.
just speaking in regard to what the country picked. Like in popular vote, we're saying what the country is, and we know
No,
what
no,
the
no,
country
no.
is.
The popular vote doesn't matter. It's something Democrats use to confuse you to think their candidates
I'm
are black.
not talking about that in regard to mattering. I'm talking about in regard to just outturn because we know who didn't go vote and we all that.
Okay, you're
I'm
right.
looking.
Second worst loss of all time. Yeah,
Yeah,
Reagan is
second.
worse.
Yeah,
Reagan
So
got
Reagan.
again,
Reagan.
I think it's
525
Reagan
What
was.
about
electoral
H?
votes.
I thought George H. Bush lost worse to Clinton.
No, no,
No.
no. Ronald Reagan won 525 electoral votes. The other
Correct.
guy got 13.
Yeah. Right.
Damn.
Yeah, I knew that one. That's Reagan. He's the most popular president of all time.
And
Yeah,
he hated the black.
he was a
Just
He
cowboy.
saying.
What do
did.
you think? I'm not
He
surprised.
was a cowboy.
He was an actor.
He was a cowboy to them.
Yeah, he was
They
no,
look.
he was.
He beat
Yeah,
he
you're
Yeah.
beat
right.
he beat
He
he
But what I'm
beat
saying is,
Carter
was
like,
almost
them.
badly.
don't allow your woman to take on irrational fears and you take it on like it's normal. That fear that you have when you had the first one could have been the same thing. Like the laws aren't that different. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I actually
But
know
but
somebody in that
they
situation now.
did sell us that on day one they was gonna flip Roe v. Wade through an executive order. That's a good fucking selling
Who
point if you're a car salesman.
who
That
said
was She
that?
said that. She said that
You
was gonna be the
couldn't do
first.
that. You can't do that
She
via executive order.
They can't do that executive order.
No, they can't.
No, they can't.
No, she
Roe v.
couldn't.
Wade.
There was no way she could have did that. Yeah, it had to go through Congress.
Yeah, no.
He would
When
have
it
got
comes to
stopped.
yeah,
I thought
anything
that was
like
one of.
that, you can't. No, no. I'm saying she may
Yeah, they
have
don't have
said
to go
that,
through
but that
Congress.
was an outright lie.
You're right,
You
but
can't do that. You can't
No,
do that.
it's not.
I didn't know that was one of the because I thought this is my thinking. I know there are some things that got to go through Congress. I didn't think that was one because I thought they want to return that to the federal level.
That thing. No, it was a law that was ruled on by the judicial branch. You can't, as the executive branch, just rule over that. You can't
Correct.
just, fuck the judicial branch. No, Congress overrules them. You can't do that. Now, if it
Yeah.
was a Congress move that moved it, you could veto that shit.
But that was with
But
them
even
speaking
then,
on
they have a
and
way to
released
go
that they were
around
going
that.
to win. They thought they were going to win the well, we were sitting at the house already.
No, no, if they
No.
were thinking they were going to win. They were going to win the Congress thing. Then they weren't paying attention. But that's the main point of why I call this
That
emergency
part,
podcast, because
that
they
part was
didn't think.
shocking too. Yeah,
They
that
didn't.
part
They
was very
didn't think
shocking.
at all, because at the end of the day, the Congress seats, they were looking red before any of this began, and no one was talking about it. And it's like, I don't,
Because
y'all
Democrats aren't
realize
serious about governing. They love governing, but they're not serious about it. They don't care about winning. They're losers, and they'll talk to you in a way that how is it? They're
Panders to you.
leaders. Yeah, yeah, they're leaders. They don't really care about winning. Because if they really cared about winning, and their excuses out here today, racist, sexist. If you cared about winning, then why would you put a white Indian woman up there? If you cared about winning, like if you really care about winning, what kind of candidate you go run? A white male, and maybe you get a vice president. That's whatever your fucking nonsense is.
yeah, it worked. It worked last time. It worked
Yeah.
perfectly last
They're
time.
not serious about governing, and they're never going to be serious because they serve two masters. The Democratic Party, when we were growing up, was still had the vision of like they're for the people. They haven't been for the people since the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're neoliberals, and they've been neoliberals for a long time.
I just wish they removed that part. That's the thing that they lose out. Like they can sell so many lies if they stop selling the liberal ideology.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
if
the
they had
young
an actual talking point, it might help.
it's the reason I don't vote for them anymore is because I said, why do y'all depend on the young vote so much? That means you depend on idiots to get you a
Hey, but all right. When you say that, he leaned heavy into that, and they got a lot of white frats to vote. They said they showed them actually handed out MAGA
that's
hats
because
on college campus.
this time that's a culture war going on because masculinity is being attacked as well.
Yeah, white masculinity. The motherfuckers
Oh,
are.
all masculinity is
No,
Hold on, no, hold on,
Oh,
because
white
there is
masculinity
no
has
white
always been
masculinity. It's
challenged.
just
I know
black
that, but the
masculinity.
thing is, we don't have the white numbers. That's what I mean by that. When I say that, I'm
yeah.
speaking objectively in
Okay.
regard to the numbers. We do not have their numbers, as always. But
The
I'm
most
still gonna
masculine male
blame.
on earth is a black American male.
I'm still
Right.
blaming the Latinos because I'm in a heavily condensed fucking
Nick, you
red
always
rectangle.
blame the Latinos instead
I'm
of
blaming 'em.
understanding the
No,
Latinos, man.
I ain't
Why you
Go
trying to
blaming
because
You
they
know
don't
what?
talk
speak
to
Okay,
English.
Jose.
Hold
okay,
on.
but here's the
If
thing,
you,
right? The numbers. Here's the thing. Like if we look at the numbers of what actually happened in an election, like so Donald Trump got as much votes as he did last time that he ran.
Yeah, yeah, he
The
did.
problem is like Democrats didn't pull out.
They underperformed like all fuck
They
everywhere.
underperformed
you
crazy.
never
It's
pull out.
crazy. Yeah. So I
Because
mean,
they didn't
it's
want it.
you know
They didn't want it.
yeah yeah
But
they didn't really want it.
I
But it's
focus
the thing
on.
is
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. You got it.
No, you had a new point. I'm
Okay.
not
no,
getting into it. Get
he
back.
was shitting on Latinos. I had to ask him a question.
Oh yeah,
Tim,
yeah, I am right
answer the
now
question. Huh, answer the question. If you were a Latino male right now and you got your family, why would you vote for Democrats?
because I'm basically well, not me, but it seems like my relatives that are legal have finessed them.
Them, we to get over the right way.
Aren't they all about family? And I'm speaking by
No,
they. No, no, I'm talking about
no.
Latinos. Latinos.
The Democrats are lying to you.
Latinos.
Once
Not the
they
no,
get
no, no,
in,
not the Dems. I'm saying Latinos.
no,
They
once
are.
they get in, you got to get in like I got in, or you got to get in the right way. That's how
Oh,
people
believe me,
are.
I believe I've met a few that are complete hypocrites because once they get their card or their citizenship,
Correct.
they turn Caucasian. That's the shit that
No,
I don't
they
Of
like.
course.
everybody
That's
who
what they
comes to this
do.
country wants to
That's what
be
they do.
white.
They turn
Eh,
super like they and well,
It's like black dudes
look.
up. That's why I
Hey,
beat
hey,
you.
I got a new rule. I do have a new rule this year, including when I'm on this podcast. Did you say nigga, you the feds?
Used
Nigga,
to be.
no, we not the goddamn feds.
Oh, somebody
No.
said my real name. Somebody out here talking. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm about to be like abruptly honest, which would be kind of like racist, but I'm gonna do that because they can do it. You know, I'm gonna speak to people in the manner of their color and down to the tier of I think of their English is. Not that I'm racist, but I'm over it at this point. I told y'all I'm in this high concentrated area that they already get on my nerves. They are more niggerish than we are, but they want to be white. That's the part that drives me nuts.
Yeah, they want to be white, bro. They want to be
They're
white.
mad niggerish.
If it's white, it's all right.
Nigga, you couldn't leave your own prescription drug that will only save your life around these motherfuckers. They will steal it. Like, it's that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Stand
Just
on
like middle
business
school.
right now.
You're a
Yeah,
Kamala voter. Can I ask you a question? Why did you vote for her?
Who, me?
Yeah.
we
I
just told
voted
you.
I voted for my family in
I
regards
voted for
to this.
Kamala too.
Yeah, I
I'm
lit
gonna put that out there.
I
There we
legitimately
go. Why did y'all
voted
vote for her?
for my family. That's
Hold
about
on.
it.
What do you mean for your family?
I told you what I was trying to do.
Hmm.
You talking about
He's
the
trying to make sure that his wife can have an abortion if medically necessary.
I
so
would
you didn't
prefer
vote for
somebody that would
yourself?
try to push that. I don't have a reason to vote for myself anymore because they ain't nothing for me. I'm a black man in America.
This
And
is
I'm in
America.
Do you know why you
and
were
I'm a
wrong?
middle
Don't
class
get you
black man.
slipping though.
You say,
Do
Police,
you
"Baby."
know,
you tripping though.
Oh my God.
do you know who you should have voted for?
Henny.
I should
Herschel
have.
Walker.
Herschel Walker. That's who you
Herschel
should have
Walker
voted for.
is the only right
You got
answer.
you beat me. You beat me to a funnier answer. All right, you got that one. I ain't had
No,
This
one.
no.
this
What's the funnier answer?
there's
What's the
no
funnier
funnier
No,
answer?
I
answer,
didn't
bro. I'm
have one. I
serious.
didn't have one. I wasn't prepped. I wasn't thinking about that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you miss. This is not a joke. I
I'm
voted for
annoyed.
Herschel.
I'm annoyed right now, like, cause I'm in a very high tense area where I've been getting looks before this shit. I'm surrounded by MAGA flags. I'm black as fuck, so I can't really hide like my family can.
Yeah, yeah. You're one of
You think
those.
all
You're one of
MAGA
them.
people are racist?
About 50% of them, the white ones,
That's.
the white
Hold
ones.
on. How many people on the Democrat side is racist?
About all of them, but they're a polite racist.
He wants us to like racism.
All
To
right.
be honest, I can't even be mad at that. I
I
can't even be
want
mad
I
at that.
want the racists that are ashamed of being racist. That's the difference that people don't understand. To be ashamed of being racist. You can be racist all you want, but let you know it's bad. Like, I ain't talking about the jokey racist shit that I say here, the kill Tony type racism. I'm talking about I don't like these niggers, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Don't trust them new niggas over there.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, because
Man,
aren't we
they
all just a
just
little racist?
damn.
yeah. Like y'all live in the one of the greatest racist places in the world. So y'all know what I'm talking about. The white people that like do that weird look at us when they see us like they're smiling, but they're not, versus the ones that look at us and say, if I can burn you on a torch right now, I would.
I think those are Democrats.
No.
The
They
older
wear the
ones.
hoods. They wear
Yeah,
hoods.
if I told them I voted for Trump, they'd be like, "You hate your own people, nigger."
Yeah. And the thing is, I really hate that they do that shit too, though. Again,
I would, I wouldn't
even
do
though
that
I
shit
did,
to
you know,
me. They wouldn't do that
yeah,
shit to
they,
me.
But
yeah,
the saying goes, not saying every Republican is racist, but if you're a racist, I'm pretty sure you're a Republican.
Damn.
First, you're a
I don't know about
Democrat.
that one.
Yeah, first you're a
No,
Democrat.
that comes from white people. They don't come from black people.
A
Yeah,
lot of
white
people came from
elite.
white people.
Uh,
Chattel
that's-
slavery came from white people. But hey,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, white people
I
gave
don't.
us black people in America.
I don't think.
there's actually some historical issue with that one, but
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to go ahead and
I'm
give
just fucking with that
the
Are
white
you
man a
like?
backhand compliment.
Do you think you're on? So you're on the same side as the LGBT, trans, purple hair
No,
women,
I'm
and all that
not.
kind
You
of stuff?
know that I'm probably the most transphobic nigga out there. I ain't on the side of none of them.
Nah,
But
nah, nigga, y'all.
nope,
You a
nope,
That's
no,
a
part of
no,
the
no.
different.
Them
coalition.
same
Here's
niggas
the
that voted. Hold on, them same motherfuckers that voted the first trans in office also voted Republican, so they got skewed views as well.
That's the thing that's so funny is they voted the first trans person
Yeah.
into office and they also voted Republican.
So
It's
you
like we
can't
first
tell
want
there
me
would
you
have
Trump,
did
but
got
we
that.
want somebody who used to be a different gender.
nobody is all of anything, man. And I know that's what Reed be trying to catch me on. I'm not all of anything. I'm fucking blurred all across the fucking line. I ain't even
I'm
purple.
all man. I got 2 balls. All man. I'm all balls, no sham. That's sham.
Exactly.
I
What that
don't.
means.
The thing that I don't like when you said for my family, I'm like, you mean for your wife? Because like you're a man. That doesn't really affect you.
Yeah, no, but I mean, my family. Like I said, she is my family. I'm very protective
Oh no,
over
no, I'm
her.
saying I'm with you, but like I
Yeah.
understand that part. Yeah, you're a family.
I
But I'm
mean, but
saying
that's what we do as men, right? It's at least
no,
men that
nigga,
actually
you do what's
got
best
it.
for you as a man, and this gonna be
Nigga,
what's
I
best for the
done
family.
capped right now. I'm capped until we can fucking move to a place that they trying to kill my wife.
They're not trying to kill your wife, bro.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They want to kill y'all wives. Why can't I spend? Well, see, that's your problem. You racist. You gonna let Trump say this shit, but when I say it, it's wrong. You racist nigga. That's
Yeah,
why you
yeah.
got
When
I
you
freckles.
think
say it, it
That's
is
why you
wrong.
got. That's why you got freckles because they want them to know that you on
think
their
I got
side.
freckles.
They're
Why do you think I
eating
got freckles?
dogs.
They're
They're
eating
killing
dogs.
What
God
the
damn
our
it!
hell you got
wives.
freckles? I have no freckles.
The damn immigrants are eating dogs.
They are eating the dogs.
I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like you went to college and got scared with what other white people scared of.
Not really. No, you know
Niggas.
what happened? I'll tell y'all because this happened. This trial dates before I met y'all. When Trump was first elected, I was in out of the country for the first half of his presidency, and it was nothing that like outside of the fact that I didn't agree with it. It was not bothersome to me because I didn't live in the shit. And then I moved back here. In the mix of it, I went to Texas, and then I went to South Carolina. Met you niggas. We started talking about it, and then COVID hit, and I got concentrated version of it because South Carolina is 30, 40 years behind current times, and it changed my perspective because they made fun of. I told y'all way back when on other episodes they were making fun of us back then out of other countries versus the what other two presidents I was serving under, and
But why do
there
you
was a
care what they think? Fuck them. They don't live here. This is
I don't
America.
it ain't I don't care, but the thing is, America. The thing that's stupid about America, and I'm talking about all colors and mixtures, is we are the most uh, ignorant to our own government politics versus the other countries. Like
Yeah,
literally,
you
the
always
other
vote.
countries are very educated on their governments and they're very involved in their politics. And sometimes they even get what they
I
want,
think
even if
that's
they're
a
poor.
lie. I think everyone is like that.
No, nah, you
To a
No.
certain
Other
extent, but not
countries.
to the same extent
to a
that we
certain,
are.
Correct.
yeah, yeah.
Don't get
Okay,
me wrong.
that's
I
fair.
don't think we're the worst, but
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we're
we're
not
I
not
the
the
feel like you were
worst.
worst.
saying we the worst
No,
because
we are close.
you ever heard
We're like
that?
third from the bottom.
Come
It's
on,
like
yeah,
when
we're
I
not
watch,
Top
Nigeria.
five. Top five.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw everybody sharing the news. I'm
Bottom
just like,
five.
I understand that CNN, Fox News is all propaganda. We don't have any news. The only time we ever had news is when Trump was in office, and that shit made me excited.
You said
Like
when
they
who was in
actually was
office?
reporting it when Trump was in office. That's the only
You
time we
talking
had a fourth estate. Yeah, that's the only time we had a fourth estate in our lifetime.
People hated him.
Well,
So they were
as an
like, we're going
adult,
to
Yeah,
tell you what's going on.
yeah, we're gonna
even
tell
if
you the truth.
sometimes it was petty shit. Most times it was petty, stupid
We,
shit.
but is
But they,
it really news? I consider it to be
no, what
coverage
I'm
at that
saying is
point.
they were antagonizing. They shouldn't be so buddy buddy with either party.
I
They
agree.
they should
I,
attack like they let Biden sit up there for the last 3 years and hide. And I didn't like that. He
I
hid.
had
He
issues
was,
with
hold
that.
on.
I
Hold
had
on. I disagree with that. He was not
Mhm.
hiding. He was sitting down and trying to figure out where he was. That is a huge difference
Exactly.
than
It's
trying to do
hey,
that
very
shit
big
on
It's
difference,
purpose.
like
hey,
nigga. That's a
hey,
the
big
fact they
difference.
knew that was going on, and then they put this lady in my face like She
Did
wasn't
did
there the
any
whole
of
time.
y'all
She
did any of y'all know that they both went on Howard Stern?
Yes, that
I
was
didn't
what
know
was
that.
hilarious.
he was
No,
there.
well, I didn't know it because I was watching as they were all podcast hopping. Like
Howard Stern
she
ain't
was
been
on All the
relevant since
Smoke.
2000.
Yeah, I know, but that's
Yo,
what at
yo,
least
he's been
my
relevant with white
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
He's
he
white
is.
relevant.
And he's Jewish
older
too.
ones.
Nah, he's
It's
not.
just the
Yeah,
fact
and he's
that
Older
Jewish.
white people.
when it
Okay,
comes
older
Um,
to
white people.
hold up, when it
No,
comes
no.
to
Here's the thing. No, talk shows are still they're very powerful still. Though I,
he's
I
still
know it's not in the zeitgeist of like modern internet
Podcast.
memery,
Back
whatever.
then,
Yeah, but it's still very
Yeah,
influential.
we're just
come
not
on.
their target
Did you watch
audience.
her? Did you
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
her interviews on All the Smoke?
No, I watched the All the Smoke and I ain't watch anymore because that was a very annoying interview. It was a
Okay.
very
Did you watch
pandery
her
interview,
Club Shay
just like
Shay
all the
interview?
others. No, fuck no. I don't watch Club Shay Shay like that. I only watched Marlon Wayans, I think, if any
I
interview
missed a
them there.
lot.
wow, Club Shay Shay is the truth, man.
I
Oh, I
can't
think she
watch
only
his
got a
shit
million.
really.
Like it's been terrible for her. I don't even
But
think she
no,
will.
I watched her jump around to all the black. I feel like that's where she lost. When she started to really target the black fucking vote, I feel like that's where she lost. Like,
She
because
never
that
targeted
is
the
the
black vote.
biggest fault.
No,
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 you
no,
don't
yes,
do
she
that.
it's
did.
the
She
way she
did.
didn't target it in a way
She
that
threw
worked.
concerts. She invited Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, Beyonce, all them motherfuckers. She targeted
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
niggas
but
who
Beyonce
if
Every
you
one,
if
and,
you
black
and
want the
women,
women,
black vote,
horrible.
everyone you named.
yeah, that's black women. If you want the black vote, you do black policy. She had zero black policy. She
yeah,
thought she
but
was
she
gonna
got
win on
90,
abortion.
90,
I mean,
90
she
plus
still got
percent.
most of the black vote anyway,
Yeah.
so it was
Mm.
wasted.
But that's
She
How
what
was
much do
always
you
gonna
think?
get most of the black vote. But they're not
Yeah.
showing you how many people actually turned out. It was less than what turned out
Uh,
for Biden. It's not they're gonna tell you
Yeah,
the
they showed
percentages,
that.
but
no,
They showed that on all the news networks when they were trying to cover nothing. They kept showing what Biden did and what she did, and showed how she didn't
no,
get
they
as
were
many
showing
votes.
you the
Though.
percentages, but they didn't show you the turnout. The turnout
No, they
amongst us was
showed
down.
NBC showed the numbers.
Okay, I
NBC,
ain't
yeah,
see the
they
numbers
had
yet.
actual
That's
numbers.
fair.
Yeah, they didn't. It's not. I don't know if it's like shared
They
online,
were
but when they
showing
were
the
doing it,
percentages. Like I think for women with Biden, she got 95. I think she ended up with like 88. For men, I don't know if that was Jordan when she got 25 or
you mean
no
black women?
75. Yeah, 88.
Like,
I think she
that was
only
back
got
then.
80, 70 something.
Damn, 70
Wow.
something. That's horrible.
Yeah.
but
Either
but
way,
but but
that's terrible for a
what
Democrat.
what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about that was I didn't know that with Howard Stern, obviously because of what you said, Reed. She that he's not relevant in his age group no more. He's the past. The new Howard Stern
Right.
is technically Joe Rogan, who fucking got all three fucking amigos, Trump, Vance, and fucking Musk on the for 1 week, and then he endorsed Trump the day of the
Oh,
election.
he invited her, but she
I
didn't. She
know, I
didn't.
know.
She
I feel
can't
like
do
that
that
was a
kind of interview
misstep. I feel like that was a really big
Because
misstep on her part.
Joe
because she
Rogan would have
can't do it.
embarrassed her.
Yeah, he'd embarrassed her. I think he would have just had a conversation, wouldn't have been policy
Because
heavy.
even Jill Stein went on that damn thing.
Jill Stein went on the
Yeah.
B1 podcast, bro. Professor Black Truth, and she talked to
I
them.
mean, that's exactly like Jill Stein went everywhere. She was like, you know what? Worst thing I could do is do bad, and I'm
Did she
already
get
gonna
her
be number
5%?
three.
She didn't get her 5%, did she?
She didn't get her 5%. Nobody got
No.
5%. She got
Marcel should have.
0.9. Uh even though he tried to drop out, Robert Kennedy got like 0.8. And then Chase or whatever the libertarian guy is, he was last place. He got like 0.7. And even then, they were still all like half a million. So I mean, it's just shades of half a million. But it was hilarious to watch Robert Kennedy be like, no, don't vote for me. Everyone still voted for him.
She got 18% of the vote in Dearborn.
Hey, don't say it right. Say it right. He didn't say that. He said,
Nigga, what?
All I heard was Glock Glock sound.
Exactly. All
exactly,
I heard
Yeah.
was God dogs now, nigga. What?
exactly.
Nigga, what?
Say it with the brain worm in your chest.
You let that man have a brain worm in his chest, goddammit. He's an American hero
Take a
who
side of
never
cancer too.
served. He's an American hero that never served.
That man
I
is the
think
first damn Kennedy that got disowned by the Kennedys.
Nah,
I
they
think
only
me
just
and
owned it
I think I
for the
actually
people.
respect your decision, but I think me and you, man, I think you. I don't think maybe I need to learn that from you. I think a man makes decisions for the man, and then that's what's best for the family.
A
Man
man
making.
makes the decisions. All right, so to me, I make the decisions for me, but once I'm already capped out at any more decision making because I'm already leading my household, I got to see what's needed within my household if I want to keep it stable or as strong as I want it to be.
Correct.
Just don't. I don't
So
know.
I
I
I
mean,
don't.
don't
no,
know.
I understand
Families are
why you
different.
made the decision you made. I just don't think it was. I don't think it matters as much unless you're trying to go back home and you were really believing that she was going to also win the
I
Senate,
think he
which I
did.
think.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Look. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not optimistic. That was my first like very small slither of optimism, but also I can't sit there and talk all that shit and then say I didn't vote.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
No,
should have voted
I
for her
appreciate
shell.
your
That's
vote.
your biggest problem.
Hold on.
I
You
hear doing
voted?
dumb shit. Let me vote for Kamala. Her
Did you
shell,
vote?
nigga.
I would expect Reed to go up there and put his name on the
Nah,
ballot.
did you vote? Did you vote?
Yeah, I did. I actually went and
Okay.
voted early last week.
Okay, because that's what I was
Oh,
thinking. I was
okay.
thinking you and Silas both said that y'all
Everybody here voted.
voted for Kamala. Me, I voted
Silas,
for
why did you
I
vote?
voted for
Why did you vote for
Stein.
Kamala?
Mhm.
Did you do
Okay.
that Democrat
Keep the
thing?
peace.
Yeah.
Oh, everything went out again.
Wait a minute,
Everything went out.
who voted for Yeezy?
I said, why did you vote for Kamala? Because I want to hear the Kamala perspective.
Are you who are you asking?
You ever
I'm asking
you
you,
know
Stylish.
You, Stylish.
Okay.
oh okay, I was about to say go ahead.
Okay. Cool. I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
Yeah.
So my thing was very simple. I saw with Trump. First of all, let me establish this though. My vote is more so of anti-Trump vote more than
Okay.
anything.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
So right. So again, my only concern for this whole election is that with I saw with kind of like what Trump did with, as far as like his decisions toward like military stuff though. What was that what's that situation that he had where was that? That
Oh,
was
you mean the one where you went to the
DMZ.
graveyard where you're not supposed to take
Oh yeah,
pictures and he
no,
took
that was
no
pictures?
no
yeah.
no 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 not that. This is when he was still president
When you went
four
to the
years ago.
DMZ in North Korea?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
There was
He went to
It,
Afghanistan and revealed
I
the
guess you can
location.
put. Here's the thing. I could. You can put all that stuff down. Like the way he kind of makes the way he makes kind of like the military decision is to me is a little bit scary. So
Oh,
I
he
was kind of
doesn't.
like I don't want I don't kind of don't want that though. And there's always been this thing, especially for the last few years. But we're talking about World War III and all that stuff though. And the way he kind of makes military decisions is just
Are you
very
talking about when he turned them on general public during the riots?
sure. Sure. Again, you put all of them in there.
He's like add it to the list.
There's one. There was one specific I cannot remember right now, and I should have looked it up before we
Oh,
started
he
this.
did it on January 6th. He tried to get them to
There's a
go.
lot. Yes, yes. Again,
Yeah.
all everything. Again, you can
Which
put anything he kind
yeah.
of he did.
Okay.
I think I,
Yes,
I
everything.
think
So,
I think we all
but
view
anything.
January 6th a little differently.
Well, not. Oh,
What
well.
do you mean
Not
we all
really.
view January 6th
Not
a little
really.
Can
differently?
you explain your side?
Not
How do you
really.
view January 6th?
It was a riot, and they let them niggas in the door, and then them niggas just walked around and did dumb shit.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
how I see it.
okay, then that's
Okay. I mean,
basically
that's kind
what
of what
we
happened.
think. It was a
Yeah.
riot.
Yeah, that one girl got shot though. She was like, you
I
ain't gonna
think
do nothing.
Yeah,
I'm just
she
like,
got shot.
bam,
People be like,
just shoot that woman in
I
her
think
face.
I
Nigga, it's
think
my
I think
job.
white
Yeah,
people call those family reunions.
but white people called it. But when you turn on any mainstream media, it's like it was a coup, like he was trying to take over.
no, it was a riot. It was called
Because
"We're mad, we're angry, we don't
Mm,
like this."
I think
And
Oh,
so. The
from that perspective, like the way it was
five
phrased
people
and
got
stuff.
arrested.
execution
I got you.
poor,
I mean,
sloppy.
I
I get
understand.
that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he also failed to say, "Hey, stop."
he did say
That's
stop.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what?
yeah. No.
No,
He
no,
said
he
stop
didn't. He said stand by.
after it was already done.
No, he the nigga. Oh, I guess maybe after it was done, but he said stand by for the
Right.
longest time,
Oh,
and then
stand
once he
But
got
by,
okay.
ready,
stand down, stand by.
no, he did not say
Well, I
stand down.
know.
When
You know he told
I saw that.
he he requested them to have the National Guard there beforehand, but Nancy Pelosi said no.
Yeah, because you can't turn the National Guard out on the general public. That's
If you're
not
gonna
going to.
have a crowd that size, then somebody needs to be out there besides the
But
police.
that's the thing that he never owned up to inciting a riot, and they never even prosecuted him for inciting a
because
riot.
because they
Because
don't they're
he's
not
president of the United
again
Because
they're
States of
he's
not
America.
president,
serious
yeah.
about. They should have went after him that day, but they wanted to use it as a political tool, and this is what they get.
yeah.
Oh, of course.
They got
Hey,
greedy.
anybody else? Hey, look, hey, Reed, if it make you feel better, I hate Nancy Pelosi with like a passion.
Well, you're gonna hate AOC because that's gonna be your next Nancy Pelosi.
I don't really care about AOC. I mean, she's just a
And then you're
fucking.
not paying attention to AOC.
She's a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Hey, remember that she was Nancy Pelosi 30 years ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but she ain't. I don't see her being anything that's gonna be what's the word? Transcendent.
Oh, uh, okay. Wait,
If it
that's that
does, I
next
mean,
person.
by that time, how old
Okay.
you gonna be?
She'll probably do it in the next 10 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? I kind of gonna go back to kind of what I was saying about like
Okay,
why I voted for Kamala and stuff, though, right? So for me, I guess it's a foreign policy thing. Trump, again, I don't know what kind of I'm not sure what kind of foreign policy. Uh, I'm not sure what kind of foreign policy that I can't think of the word right now. Sorry.
Kamala,
Foreign
Democrat.
policy, Trump sucks. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, so foreign policy for Trump. I don't really understand what his general ideal is for foreign policy because it kind of seems to be just um well whatever he kind of feels like he thinks of at the time that an event is happening. He doesn't seem to really like listen to like any policy advisors or anything. He's kind of just like, yeah, this is what I feel like doing. And that's
Yeah.
really the only thing that I really kind of thought was gonna like all the other stuff like the economy, all the culture war stuff like that is stuff that's going to percolate throughout society no matter who is the president
In power.
who
President. Yeah.
has control after
Yeah.
it, right? And I only kind of thought about this from a foreign policy standpoint.
I can
That
explain
that
foreign
really is the
policy.
only front. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
His
I'm
foreign
not sure. I'm not sure
policy
what Trump.
is male. What do they call it when you not dominates, bro? Whatever. A strong quote unquote military, and I look strong all the
Strong
time.
man
Yeah, strong, strong,
policies.
strong. And then I get with foreign leaders that we are kind of whatever with, and I project, and it's not a like the thing that I kind of okay with his foreign policy is because most of our foreign policy people are kind of war hawks,
Mhm.
and I like the fact that he doesn't listen to them every time because if it was up to them, we'll be in a war with Iran, which I think is their next goal. They've been saying it for like 10 years on the low. They like I don't think it'll happen under him. Although I don't know what's going to happen in the Middle East. That's interesting, but I think Ukraine is about to be over. Uh,
He
maybe
spoke
When you
about
say
it
when
and
it's about to
said
be
he
over, what do
was.
you mean?
He's not getting involved with any of that. Like I'll say
Yeah,
that's one
he's
thing
pulling
that
out.
I side with. Yeah, I side with that. With the he doesn't give a fuck about what's going on in other countries outside of trying to tax them and fuck up the
You
tariff.
think he not gonna go with Israel?
yeah,
No,
Yeah,
I
you
no,
don't.
think you're
no,
not
he
going
I
with
don't
no,
think
Israel?
he's
he's gonna
yeah, he's
involve us
sticking
in
with
any
Israel.
war. I don't think he's gonna warmonger anything.
But the Ukraine thing, I think he's pulling. I think they'll be out of there by the end of next year. I
I
think.
think he. I mean, but that's the scary side of
That's
what I don't like and uncertainty because he's befriending actual dictators. The only people he spoke kindly about. That's kind of
right.
weird for our president.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
and
He
then
what
also
here's the
what
thing
made
about
him a
it.
dictator?
Right. And then on
What?
top of this, like this, the foreign policy in general is just, I mean, just like anything that you're dealing with the government is very nuanced and like a lot of these things that they're um, quote unquote attacking or whatever, there's some kind of strategic element to it. Like they're doing it for strategic reasons and stuff though. And again, this is the
Oh,
fact that there's somebody kind of like I don't care what the reasons we're doing it. We're just going to stop doing it. Again, that's one something that just never
I
sit right
think
with me is
that's kind of why I like him. I think he moves in more in America's interest than for quote unquote globalist interests. Because there's no reason that we should be in Ukraine whatsoever, and like
Yeah,
period.
exactly.
we're
Or
That's
not the world. We're not world police. And the
not
longer we
anymore.
continue to try to be this, the
We
worse
are,
it's going
but
to
we
end
are.
up for us. The only
I don't think.
exception here is the Middle East, and that's only because I mean we kind of
Well,
got to keep them in check.
It's because we crippled a whole fucking civilization and thought they could turn it around in less than like 100 years.
Okay,
I
all
know.
right.
Mm,
I agree with you on that,
I
but
disagree
at the
with that.
same time, this is where we are. What do you
You did
think?
the
I mean,
Iraq situation. They did.
both of y'all fought. Both of y'all fought. So
He
go
fought.
ahead, fight on again. Nah, nigga, you fought too. You just fought. You just
Nah.
confused.
Well, Sham, you said you disagree. I thought that was with right.
No,
Not
no,
Zach.
no, no.
The other
That
guy.
was him. He disagrees. It's the Warhawks who disagree.
Oh, well, throw your knife on the ground. We got to fight to the death.
That
I don't think you want that
so
fight.
I don't think that it was necessarily there was an expectation for us to do better because why would you want better for a place that could possibly be competition?
You talking about in Iraq?
Yeah.
But it's
Or
well
honestly,
documented
anywhere.
that that's what they when they took out Saddam, and it was the advisors actually said they don't recommend us going there. Bush went there against recommendation. Him and Cheney pushed for that, and they said
Mhm.
if you do that, we're not ready for what comes after that because they don't have a secondary to take
Yeah, a
over.
power
It was
vacuum, but
yeah.
that's normal. That's what typically
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah,
So
but the thing is they stayed. That's where things went wrong and left because they didn't pull out and the world was looking like, well, y'all destabilized this country.
Yeah.
So that's
And
what I
then
mean
and
by
then
that.
but
yeah,
but
and then like I
how's
definitely
that
didn't agree
different?
with what Biden did with Afghanistan. Like, okay, like you guys been holding this thing up with America's system
Duct tape.
Money?
and their might for 20 years, and then you decide like, yeah, we're out. We're for what reason?
Well,
It's
because
actually similar.
we've been burning money in
because
a pile. Like we
It
it
was
was
can't
never
just
going
do
to
that
end.
forever.
it was
Like
similar
Yeah.
reasons though too, but they were like
I
their politics were very corrupt. And then the other thing was the militia there were it would they basically went and got in somebody else's house and business and they shouldn't have and I mean that's the shorthand version of it in a nutshell. We
but
got involved with some other people's shit and then we got stuck with it.
again, I and
That's
this is the
regular.
thing too. Like I understand wanting to get out, especially if it's like, okay, this is not working though. But there still should have been like a better, more gradual rollout
They
instead of
would have
just like
never
what
rolled
happened.
out
yeah,
that way.
I
how many
think that's a
American
civilian
lives
point of
will we
view.
have lost?
Correct. I don't think if they would
Should
have
never
did it
roll
that
it out.
way, we would still be in there today.
Correct.
Like they were never going to do it because even
Yeah,
Trump was trying to get out of
they
there
had to just straight pull it out. I mean,
because that
I get
that
what
was
you're trying to
propaganda.
say, stylish,
Mm,
but at the
mm,
end of the day, like there's no great way to pull out of like I know the people talking about the
There's no
mutilations
clean cut.
and the for yeah, there's never gonna be a clean cut when you invaded someplace. Like we need to get that straight. There's no, oh, this is the best path
Also,
for invasion. No, we
also,
invaded
no, no,
them.
no.
We literally came
I
and took
think
over their house.
everybody here, well, for the most part, should know the other part that we are overlooking that's beyond politics is justification for the money. They
Yeah.
can't 100% pull out, and then they lose that part of the budget because guess where it has to go back to? Where they cutting.
All they did
So
Hey,
was
hey,
raise.
hey,
They didn't do that. They
we got a
raised the
good
budget
deal
even
with
more.
we got a good
Yeah,
deal
hold
with the
on. Yeah,
Taliban. That's all
yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
you need something to
that's
justify the raising of it though. They can't just raise
no.
it
Hold on.
without giving,
But
pitching a lie.
They don't have.
that's
Do,
the
do they
There's
same
need
no
to
thing
work for it
because
justification.
though? I mean, do they?
every single term, no matter who has been in power, whether it's been a switch or it's a two-term president, the budget has gone up exponentially. You can look at the graphs. It's like
No, I agree. I'm not
1920.
saying, but we were fed
Yeah.
lies, and within behind those closed doors, I'm pretty sure there was a dumbass bullshit conversation as to how they can pitch it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
Right.
No,
Like,
what I'm
oh,
but
yeah,
saying
I'm
we
is
gonna get a
gotta
the
get out
pitch.
of
shit.
there.
They toss
The
Kamala up
pitches
there.
only give us more money. It's just how much more money.
So I had this analogy that I was like explaining to my wife, and tell me if y'all agree with this. You know, like the modern day like sports teams now from let's just baseball and not baseball, basketball and football do it the most. They
Yeah.
keep changing the coaches before they go ahead and develop a culture, and the teams never fucking win because they keep like Detroit. Detroit's changed
It,
over coaches like
culture,
crazy.
I see.
culture is weird.
Fucking the
Exactly.
Bucks, they turned over. They paying three coaches right now,
Correct.
and yet like the
Well,
country, we never get an established culture to our government identity because the fucking coach changes at the most after 8 years.
no. The military is different though.
No, I'm not
Regardless
talking
of
about the
who in
military.
control.
I'm talking about like the
Yeah,
country,
military
not
do
even
that.
just the military.
Well,
Like
culture's not a thing that's like it's more local. It's not national. There are some
Mhm.
similarities, but culture is not
but
national.
in
There's
regard
no
to
national
all of
American culture.
the policies that want to be implemented, nothing ever really takes fruition outside of a couple of years, and then the expiration date comes in, a new administration
It
comes
kind of
in.
depends on what policy. Like it's not like the military like that. Regardless who's in control, that's kind of been like about the same.
I mean,
Like it's
That's gonna stick. That's the
I
one
mean,
thing that's
yeah.
gonna remain consistent. We know that the military
Okay,
is
and
fine.
then the State
yeah.
Department is usually a very. This is one thing that I did like about Project 2025, and you ain't gonna like it. We have too
Okay.
many people who've been there for a long time, and they're unelected officials.
I
Those
do.
people got to go.
I do actually agree with that.
Yeah,
I wish they
yeah.
get rid of career politicians. That needs to go.
No, they're not politicians. They're administration. Just
Yeah.
That's
Advisors.
not regular. Okay.
It
No,
just
no,
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 they're
no.
just people
You're
that
right.
they hire. And
Administration, and also you cheating
what do they
doing
call it?
push-ups
It's not
right now, bitch.
administration. What's the word called,
I
y'all?
mean,
You know what I'm
so
talking about.
Yeah, I guess this thing that I guess that will only really affect like maybe upper management kind of. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that's
the
all.
management people, like those
That's the
people
only thing
don't
that
get
matters.
fired. There are people who've been in the
Yeah.
government,
Yeah, those are
regardless
federal
whoever's in.
employees. Yeah, they stay there and
Yeah,
collect their check, and then they get double checks.
and they run a lot of shit.
I
Like
know what you're
those
talking about.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what they call them. It's
Uh,
not administration.
civil servants.
I
I
mean,
mean, that's
that's what we
Permanent seat
call it.
holders.
yeah.
I forgot what the
I
state's
mean, but
called.
there are multiple titles for it. I mean, what is it like?
The pencil pushers. It was a thing on, was it South Park? And they,
Delegates.
oh, man, I
I
forgot
Oh,
what
know.
they
I know
called
the
these
game
things.
shit.
I have this dark image in my head of it. I know what you mean, but I agree
Yeah,
with that. But
he
I
called it the
think
deep state, but it's the part of the government that never, regardless who's ever in control, there's a
they're
part of the
always there.
government you've been hired, and he can keep the job. I don't care, Democrat, Republican,
A
they gonna stay
bureaucrat.
there.
Yeah.
Bureaucrats, yeah, the
Bureaucrats.
Yeah.
bureaucrats,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
As
this nigga
someone
right here.
Hermes
Hey, I
yeah,
give you that
comrades.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
someone
Yeah,
who's
that
married to
part.
somebody who used to work in government, like that's a problem. That's in general. Like they just when you get in the government and then you used to work there. Like they don't. It's hard to get fired from that. Just in
Yeah,
general.
that's
Like, that's
literally
a
why I
problem, isn't
left.
it? That's a
Yeah,
problem.
that's the part I want to get rid of. That's the only part I liked about Project 2025.
Yeah,
Well, not the
but
only part.
you know the reason that part never gets rid of because nobody gives a fuck enough. Like that, it can be
Yeah,
terminated.
exactly.
They've done it when they shut down the government and they furlough people. Those people can be furloughed too. The problem is they're so high. They are high enough, but also hidden far enough to nobody's paying attention to that because they're hitting the lower tier
That's why I
people in the
want the government to shrink
I
substantially, but the parts they want to
disagree
shrink
with
is
that.
not that part. Hold on, let
What
me
do you
let me
Disagree
read
with
disagree
these
with?
two.
How are we
I
gonna
mean,
make this
that.
I
money?
disagree. I kind of disagree a little bit.
No, no, no.
Um,
How are we gonna make this money, Sham? How are we gonna make this
it
money?
needs is it well, it's not shame, but I think the problem is like I think kind of like what Mighty was saying there, like people not giving a shit. That's kind of the problem there. Again, like with the problem with government is like they don't need to be efficient like the market, and I don't want to make this cause for like, hey, the government needs to work like the private sector kind of thing,
Oh, it
but
does.
that is kind of the problem. Yeah, that's kind of it's
Yeah,
the
but they
problem
only
because the
suggest that
government.
part for like
Yeah.
social security, and if you say, well, then the military should be whatever, they'll like, look at you like you're crazy.
There
Yeah.
and but again, the problem the government is just very inefficient as fuck,
That's why
and
oh,
I
there's
think
no
convoluted.
reason to not do anything about it. Like I mean, it's like there's a lot of part of government that still need a lot of help. Again, like I the IRS, they're going on a huge hire. They're going on a new hiring spree. They got a lot of influx of money coming into to kind of aid them in what they need to do. Um, that needs more people. I know that personally. So yeah, I guess that's why I say I don't necessarily agree that like oh we
I
need to
want
shrink
the
it more.
IRS to shrink
Yeah.
because all they do is go after poor people. See the difference
I
there?
mean not I ain't yeah not really but
Yes, they do.
they go
It's
they
silent.
go after
What
people.
about the FBI? Do
They
y'all feel like they need to shrink?
Shrink, shrink, get
CIA.
rid of them, get rid of them,
I
all
feel
of them.
like that's the part that I feel like there's too many governing officials in that floating around with
Those
it's
the same people who do the budgets. It's always the same like 8 people. I can't even think of their name now, like
and they got this
Podesto. And
limitless power too. That's the part that I have an issue
yeah.
with. They're damn near like Democrats.
So
they're not Democrats. They're
No, I'm talking about
apolitical.
they damn near like on Democratic like tier when they come into a state department or whatever. Like they get that like you said, they got that juice. They walk in and they just got all this authority. Like who
Like
the fuck are you? You know?
we're up here arguing about Kamala Trump. Like honestly, I'm not a Trump fan. I just voted for him. We never got to that part. I voted for him because these niggas and
because
Democrats are fucking weird to me, and it's too weird. And I think
and
if they would have
I
stayed in
think we
power,
agree
it
on
would have
that
got
though.
more weird. Yeah,
I
And
don't
I
disagree.
think again we all kind of agree with that. Just
They're
because
and I
I
know
conservative.
vote for
for a
someone
fact
doesn't
she
mean I
supported
yeah
policies like
yeah
like, and I don't have any problem. Like nigga, do what you do, but we shouldn't have
yeah.
to pay for it
What
whatsoever.
what the fuck they got to do with us?
That's yeah, and doesn't it a lot of stuff doesn't even
And
really
my
need
problem
any
with
kind of legislative attention either.
the modern
It's just like
Democratic Party is that's the stuff they actually do. That weird social stuff, they do that. And it makes them look quote unquote progressive. But when it comes to
and
fiscal issues, that's the Democratic Party I want. I want the more fiscally
You
irresponsible
want Clinton
Democratic
back.
Party.
You want the Clinton year back. It's without the
No,
prison
Clinton
reform.
Clinton
Clinton
was
kind of
fucking
fucked shit up.
terrible. He actually ruined everything, bro. We just look at him like that. He ruined the fucking welfare state. He did, bro. He ruined it. They look at it like it
Now,
was It was better back then,
Honestly,
bro.
but I wasn't talking about the welfare state because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't necessarily give a fuck about the welfare state. I didn't benefit from it. I guess that's why it's not on my
You
You
mind.
benefit
don't
from it in
care
a different
about
way.
poor black women?
No, because my
Correct.
mom didn't
No, he
apply
doesn't.
for it. My mom didn't apply for it, so we didn't get it. That's why. I mean, that's why I said I didn't benefit from it. I didn't have food stamps, even though we could have had food stamps. I'm kind of mad she didn't.
Nigga,
The fucking food
nigga,
stamps.
we
Hey,
didn't have
no,
food
that's
stamps.
what it takes. Same. I ain't got food stamps right now.
You deserve food stamps, my nigga.
Fuck that,
you
nigga. I ain't
probably
taking no fucking handout.
I love
That's what they
black
do.
male ego.
oh my
That's what they
goodness.
do.
But no, I think the like and this is where America falls off in some spots because even countries that are in a more aggressive in the taxation of their citizens, they actually take care of that the poor tier, the impoverished type when it comes to welfare. The ones that
They
do what they tell them to do, at least I've seen it. Look at the
they
welfare
keep them,
system.
but
Look
they
at the
keep them
welfare
in the
system
same
in
place.
Germany, and you'll see what I mean by that. Because those fucking
That's not
uh
really taken care of. You stay in the same. I don't like
that's
it.
that's the thing, but you got to keep them somewhere because if you don't, where they gonna go read? They're gonna have these fucking badass kids that's gonna become what?
Criminals.
Exactly. They ain't gonna be all LeBron James. We're gonna get one LeBron James in another 100 years.
No, he's gonna
Then
So
get
you
a
get a fucking
bro.
Bronny, bro.
He's
You
gonna
get a
get
fucking
aborted.
Bronny after you get
hey,
a
but he
LeBron
no
James.
no
What are you
we
talking
gotta
about?
have brownies because we gotta be have the privileged kids. That's different.
He's gonna get aborted. I'm just letting you know.
He already in the
Yeah.
league, bro.
But you can't.
Also
So tell
fair.
me you don't you do you not agree with that at least, or at least understand where I'm coming from? Where I believe that bottom tier of all color needs to be taken care of because that's where the crime festers. The poverty is I mean, and then we all got the conspiracy theories of all that shit, but the government has to take care of them because they're not doing anything for them, and the school systems
Nope,
aren't going to
let
get
him
any better.
suffer.
Hold on. Pause real fast. Can you objectively expect a government that does not look at the crimes of its higher ups to do right by the people without power and
No,
representation?
Oh no! I'm not talking about reality. This is all a fucking pipe
no,
dream.
those bro.
Oh,
You
my
used
bad.
to just be fucking poor. We only thing I like is government housing. Beyond that, nothing else. I don't want them all in the streets.
Essentially, that's what I mean by that. They take care of it, but they provide like actual quality government housing. It
No,
doesn't
not
look like the
quality.
projects.
It looks
It
like the
doesn't.
fucking projects because it is the
No,
project.
no, it don't have to
You,
like the projects. They got to keep them maintained because did you not watch the documentaries on those projects that were built in Chicago and New York? They put all that
they
money
built
in
them
it,
here.
and after they were built, they left them as is.
Yeah, we
I'm
tore them
sorry,
down.
but
That's what we
ignorant
did.
niggas, Latinos, and whites, and ain't no Asians out there are gonna fuck up some shit if you do not like monitor it. And I'm not talking about governor or police it.
Mhm. Maintain.
Matter of fact, I think that's going to cost us more money in the end. So no, I don't want any of that. Get rid of all government housing. Period.
They gonna move down the street from you
No, they
in,
not, bro.
in
What's going to
Terrebonne,
happen
Georgia.
is like
Terrebonne.
back in the day there was no mega churches. You know what they used to do with that money? They used to help out the
Put it in the
community.
community.
About to say sell
Yeah.
crack. Sell crack.
They used to help out the community. We need to go back to that
Look,
system.
you ain't gonna rip me on religion because I blame religion for everything right now.
Creflo
I
Dollar.
mean,
I got hoes and
you can't
he
blame
got power.
Creflo Dollar for that. All right, Creflo Dollar
Yeah.
had to get that money,
A-
but
And the preachers were still relatively wealthy, but I'm just like, what is going on with the money nowadays?
well, no, not the relatively wealthy.
Oh,
They're everybody was doing
oh
better
my
back then.
God.
Because when did the
Let's be
law
We're gonna
honest.
pass
start talking
that
about
they
religion
didn't have
now.
to?
Oh
What's the
yeah,
date
we
on
are.
that law for
Which
when
one?
churches didn't have to report their donations?
I
Ooh.
don't think they ever had to, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm,
It had to
not
be a
not
law.
since not since forever. Only ones that did have to report it was at first the not Mormons, the other one, Scientologists. But then they beat the shit out of out of the IRS, so now
I
everybody
mean, because
gets
the
to come in and have a
Scientologists were
religion.
all fucking millionaires.
Well,
Well,
not
no. What they did was they paid people to get dirt on every member of the IRS in 1960, 80, whenever it was. And they told them, look, if you want to go to war with us, that's cool. But if you don't label us a religion, we don't let everybody know who got kids with whom, who mistresses whom, who's stealing money, who secretly a communist. And they said, shut up and take your fucking religious
Shut
identification.
up, Will, or we gonna let Jada fuck a big dick nigga. They didn't listen.
They didn't.
it
They
doesn't
didn't
matter
listen
the
at
size
all.
of these dicks. She's a
But
whore.
I mean, no, it does matter for, your
Fuck
Not
own
for a
ego.
whore.
people. I fuck
Love
kids.
her.
Fuck my kids.
Whores just like dick.
Friends.
Nah, man. Not all of them are like that. But I
Watch
mean,
my
look, man.
show.
At the end of the
My
day,
husband
Trump
is a gay
became
cuck.
president
Hold on,
yet
hold on.
again.
Who did you vote for?
I told everybody earlier, Jill Stein.
Okay.
You overpowered it. Yeah, I always vote with my conscience. She's the only one who I
Virtual.
think would actually run the country well and not be a piece of shit. But
Cornel West would be my conscious
So
vote.
yeah,
Sounds
that's
so
cool.
cool.
I have a question. Here's the thing. I kind of have a question, right? So in 2016, I think that's the first and only time I kind of voted for a third party, and then so for you guys, you guys voting third party, like what what do you think that kind of does? What does
Well,
that
first
kind
off,
of
Even though
do?
we
You
all
just
do it, it
you just ex,
doesn't.
It
you
steals
just
a
ex,
vote. It steals a vote from one of the big guys. And on top of that, it shows people that, hey, we want better third
change.
party. I mean, again, yeah, we want change. Like
You're still
your vote is
exercising
the
your
thing.
political responsibility, but
No, no.
you're
If
not
5%
giving
of
it
the
to the
people in
system.
Georgia or 5% of the country had voted
Mm.
for Jill Stein, there'd be change because people would realize if enough of these people convince the other people to vote, then we will have a problem. The duopoly loves a duopoly. Again, as I
Mhm.
keep telling niggas, left wing, right wing, same bird. Democrats are never going to fucking fix
But
abortion because then they won't be able to get women to vote for them again. And Republicans are never going to fix the border. They're going to talk a lot about it. They're going
that's
to say a bunch
that's
of
not a
shit.
good example.
It's a difference
I
between
would say balance the
recognizing a
budget.
wall and a sky.
Wait a
I'm
minute, what
sorry, a
happened?
Yeah,
ceiling in the sky.
yeah, it is a ceiling in the sky difference, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. There,
No,
neither
no, no,
one of these.
I'm not talking about the difference. I'm talking about the idea of how people view it. It's like telling look at black kids, like young hood black kids. You can be a rapper,
Mhm,
you can be an athlete.
YNS.
Those two, right? Now,
mhm.
if nobody shows
YNs.
them that hey, you can do something else, then that's all they got on their mind, and that's how people look at the political system. It's like, why would I do that? Shit ain't real. You got to go with A or B. So the people
Uh,
who are
I
stuck in
get
those
what you're
systems,
saying. I mean, the
okay. So
last time
let
it
me
wasn't a
okay.
two party system is when they had the Whig Party, which when they ultimately become the Republicans.
no,
Right.
Wigs were
the
different from
Wiggins,
Republicans.
Demo-
They're closer to
yeah,
Democrats,
the
Yeah,
Wiggers had
exactly.
their own thing.
Yeah, Wiggers.
and
So
they
now
were
now
the
I
Wigs
get
were
it.
black
Wiggers.
as hell. Just to let you know.
I couldn't remember,
Okay.
man. I
So
just
now
picture
I kind of want to narrow this down
like,
a bit. I kind of want to narrow the question down a little bit too, right?
Sorry, go
And
ahead.
like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
with your fancy education, dumb it down, nigga. I'm sorry.
Dumb
You
it
didn't,
down.
you didn't deserve that.
Lupe, dumb it down. Now, Lupe
Your
Fiasco did
education
deserve that.
did, smart ass
Dumb it
nigga.
down.
Lupe. Oh, side
Um.
note, Lupe supported Kamala Harris after them Obama comments. Like, nigga, you a sellout.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Well, he did have
I
an
want to
album
hear. I
I
come
want to
mean,
hear the
out.
question though. I want to hear the question.
okay. So no. So no. Okay. So again. So knowing that that's probably never going to happen. Like again, I had the same all these same thoughts
Uh-uh.
you did in like 2016.
Your premise is
Like
false. It's happened in our lifetime.
Yeah, look at
Yeah, you
Revolution.
forget
Yeah,
you forget Ross
no,
Perot.
Ross Perot.
You
Yeah,
forget
Ross Perot.
you forget what's the
Road.
crazy nigga's original father?
No,
Orlando
Uh
Brown.
no.
no.
You not
Remember the
okay? You
independent
not telling me
guy
Ross
in
Perot is a king?
Midwest? No. Remember the independent guy in the Midwest? His father?
I know who you're talking about. Not Jesse Ventura. I'm thinking about the other crazy guy.
No, not Justin Ventura.
New Gingrich was
No.
another one. No, not New
Not
Gingrich.
Randy. Not Randy, the
The
other one.
doctor,
Rand Paul. Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
The only
Rand Paul.
reason
That's
your
black.
Rand
ass
Paul.
has
Rand
a
Paul.
fucking seatbelt is because of
Liberty.
fucking Rand Paul. That is the only reason America adopted seatbelts. So, yes, third parties can change your life. The only reason you have that shit in your car is because Rand Paul stood on fucking business.
Come on,
Again,
seatbelts.
Yeah, libertarian.
yes, we have seatbelts.
I thought that was that was Volvo, nigga.
Okay.
The Germans.
So
No.
The
We're saying
Hungarians
why you
very
have it
good,
in
but it
America.
wasn't.
Yeah, they made the
It
patent
wasn't a
open,
regulation.
but that wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't mandated.
Because niggas was dying and that was the agenda.
Not
I
just
mean,
dying. My mom can tell you about
People.
people
I
who
wanted
flew
to
through the window and went into a tree, and she was like, "Yeah, that's just what happened. Like you
everything
get to
leads
an
People
back to
accident,
die
black
from
somebody
supremacy.
died."
everything. I didn't know drinking and driving wasn't a thing until the 80s.
Yeah,
It
because
wasn't.
them niggas, them 70s niggas was going ham.
No,
You
I'm
doing
saying
No,
like
not 70s, like 50s, 60s. Everybody had an uncle or a dad or somebody like that. My grandparents
wait.
told me about that. Everybody had somebody who drank a little too much, and
hey,
you'd notice it because their car would have all these little dings in it because they hit
hey,
shit.
hey, it was funny. I think I watched the end of that documentary when they was talking about that. Them motherfuckers was upset. They had them vintage
Oh,
MAGA voters. It was like, hey, they were mad. Like I can't have a
they're
beer
taking
while
my
I drive.
rights.
It's no, isn't that's not American.
I mean,
It's not
I kind of
American.
agree
I
with
should
you.
have a beer. I mean, they do it in California, but let's not
You
talk
can
I
about
drive
agree
with an
with
the
you.
open
Like,
container in
collaboration.
you should be
Florida
able to
too.
drink and drive. And
Florida
if you
lets you
get in
do
an
it. That's why
accident, you
Florida's
lose your
Florida.
license for the rest of your life. I mean,
I
that's how I
mean,
Yeah,
feel.
I
that's
almost
the
feel
only
like that would be
problem.
good, except for the fact that they would kill people.
Yeah,
People
that's the
die.
only
Even they
thing.
still
Man, people
die.
weren't starting to
That's
die
a
to the
yeah,
90s, man. That wasn't our fault.
No, everybody still drinks and drive. Everybody. Sorry, kids. Everybody
that's
drinks
the
and
only
drive.
reason they. But again, that's the only reason they
Yeah, but
care
nigga,
because
we
like
only drink
the,
a little bit and drive. We drink under the
Yes,
alcohol
because
limit.
you become an adult and you know how much you can drink. Don't drink that much. Everybody drinks and drive. It's a little lie that no one ever says out loud.
Yeah, but I don't
Everybody
drink and
drinks and
drive.
drive.
I don't
Oh
You
drink
my
and
drink.
god.
drive.
Actually, I
That's a
don't
lie.
drink and
I mean,
drive. I actually
Well,
drink
you're a
before I
father
get in the
now.
car.
That's
So technically, I don't drink and drive.
Correct.
That's what drink and drive
I
means.
take it to the
It's
head,
not
nigga.
drinking
I
while
don't get.
driving. It's drink
I
and
Yeah,
drink
drive.
and drive. I don't get drunk.
I
why
don't
isn't
like the
that
tone. It sounds
There's a
judgmental,
that
difference.
should be a different charge?
like you drink better than me.
Exactly.
I think they changed them all to DWI. They just changed it to driving while under the influence because it covered more ground than
Yeah.
drinking and driving. A lot of people who like was managing to get under or find a loophole in it, so they literally just call it DWI across the board.
Yeah, because you can be high and you get a DWI,
They
or is
and
it
they
DUI?
Well, you can
interchange.
get a
They
DP,
they,
you
they
can get a
interchange
DWI
the
for being
I though
sleepy,
for in under the influence or intoxicated. That's the other thing. They
impaired.
yeah they on some bullshit,
They are.
'Cause you
They
can
definitely
get
fucking
you
are.
can get stuck in a fucking 3 letter for driving while sleepy or tired.
bro. I
You know,
got I
Yeah.
got I
Yeah.
got a DWI for drunk by being in a parked car because I was too drunk to drive and I didn't want to drive, but it was cold, so I had the
was
heat
your
on.
Yeah,
your car was on?
exactly. You gotta be
I
in the
had the heat
back
on.
seat. That my white boy taught me that. He was like, "No, you gotta be in the back seat.
I
You
couldn't.
can
There was
turn on the
DJ
car.
equipment in the back seat, and I was what they
You
when I
need to move
moved.
that shit to the
That's
front
your
seat."
fault
Nigga,
for
no,
not
no. I
buying an
was a
I said,
whole
Escalade.
"No
new. That's the
problem."
thing. See, that's why I feel like I got fucked because underneath the level of toxicity I was at, I blew a 1.7 or a 0.17. I'm sorry.
Hold on,
Uh,
you guys drinking and driving?
I wasn't. Yeah, that's not in this country though, so it doesn't follow me here. Thank goodness.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta
cool.
throw your DJ equipment in the front seat, nigga. It's
Nigga,
not that
I
hard.
was wasted beyond white boy and Gucci Mane with a Kodak pill.
Okay,
I,
that's
I,
why you pre-planted because you
the,
somehow got all the
I did.
equipment in there
Look,
without
you know
breaking
what
it.
happened? I had so-called friends like y'all giving me all these free drinks. Y'all gonna give me these free drinks. Y'all gotta make sure my dumb ass don't get in the car. I blame y'all.
First
Where
and
was y'all?
foremost, where were we, nigga? We didn't even fucking know you. This is your fault,
Exactly.
nigga. Fix
Irresponsible.
it.
Niggas don't ever want to
Fix
take
Now,
it.
hold on, nigga.
responsibility,
You ain't
and
getting no
that's
free
why
drink
Trump
out
is
of
in
me.
office
Now,
now.
You ain't getting no free drink out of Sham. Shit, nigga. You ain't taking his gin.
That's why. This is exactly why Kamala can't be president. See,
Exactly. That's
I ain't want
exactly
her to
why
be
Kamala
president.
can't be
Should have been
president.
Herschel.
Eh,
Now I don't know
Exactly.
who
It
should
should
have
have
been vice
been.
president. Maybe
Nah, vice
Cornel West.
president should have been Cornell West. Herschel Cornell West. That's a winning ticket right there.
They
I
call him
just
the
didn't
double
want Trump
L.
in there. That's all.
hey,
I
where has
didn't
he
care who.
been since he got fired from Harvard?
Yeah, exactly. He got fired from Harvard for doing nothing other than getting accused of something that was proven to be
Oh,
true
he
or
got
proven to be false almost immediately.
he got fired because he demanded tenure.
I mean, they try to put it on him like he was attacking, not attacking. He was having sexual
Yeah,
whatever with some
was a
girl,
white
and it's like
was a white girl,
then
wasn't
they
it?
then they looked at
Relations.
the dates, and she wasn't enrolled during the time where they were trying to bring it up, and it's like y'all gotta lie better. Like this not even a good lie. But sorry, final word from you, stylish. You had something else you want to ask us independent people.
So I guess kind of going back to what I was kind of asking before. So there's the third party vote versus which is another very strong um, point that I see that people are making here is that again a lot of Democrats didn't vote this time. I mean I'm kind of thinking like that kind of seems to kind of throw the same kind of impact that kind of voting for a third party like it kind of got thrown into the wind kind of thing,
You
you know.
mean wasted votes basically because a million votes
I don't
went
want to
to
say.
one
I don't
side?
want to. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to recall it wasted votes. So I hate calling it that. Because you can you're
It's
exercising
not a
vote.
waste of vote. It's
Yeah.
a vote. Like you don't get to
Yeah.
choose. Like
I don't
the
want
problem with
to.
Democrats is Democrats always try to tell everybody else what they're doing. Like they shit
Well, I
don't
feel
stink.
like you're
Your shit
using it
stink,
as a
motherfucker.
derogatory term, like the way white people use rapper to refer to dead white
No,
boys
no,
that
no,
that
no. When
He
we
kind of
say
is though.
wasted votes, it's not wasted. If
Yeah.
someone votes, that's the thing that's important. It gives them a voice. That's what your vote
So can I
is.
play? Can I play devil's advocate and give an approach like
I'm
this?
right here. You don't
I'm
need to be
thinking
my
about.
He's
advocate.
right there, nigga.
Yeah,
You ain't got it. You
Like,
got
my
Turn
to
it
bad.
right.
down, nigga. That's
All
the
right,
okay,
look,
that's
if
the
I
fucking
can play,
problem.
okay.
I'm
So,
over
like
here
I was
talking
saying,
about
I'm
national
thinking about the
domination
impact.
while wrong.
if I can play
Again,
Sham's advocate here, uh, so let's say instead of throwing it to your independent to where it will sit there in the open field instead of the crowded area that can be more lucrative of a vote, why not get it to the person that you that is
well,
attached to a larger party that you have the closest alignment with? Does that
If they
not?
aren't
No, I'm
going
not
to
gonna
do
go
shit
with
for
close
you, then why
alignment.
give them the vote?
Exactly. Exactly. They're not gonna do anything for you. Like the
If all
reason
you can
why I
do is
brought
point
up the
out how
whole
they're a little bit worse than the other one, then you don't have a choice to begin with. It's an
But
illusion
why
that way.
did
Okay,
what
so
is your
you were
independent?
never taught to vote.
that's
You
not.
should always vote for who you want to win. If I was sitting
Mhm.
right there and I'm like,
Nigga, but
hey,
the Dwayne the Rock Johnson won't run for president.
he is running for president. It
He gonna
won't
be the
be
new
till
Obama.
2032.
well, I want okay. Um, yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm just
your
telling you
vote
from the
is
We're
time
gonna get.
machine,
I
bro.
feel
He's
like we're gonna
coming.
get
He's
into
coming
another
into
you don't vote
2032.
for they try to act like
So,
you're some child and you just want the perfect world, but you should always vote for who you want to win or what you want to win.
mhm.
Correct. And
Here's the thing. Now,
Republicans and
it's
Democrats have
great.
Hey,
no
that was
reason to do something for you. That was the one thing I'll give Clinton. Clinton bowed to Ross Perot to get his popular vote because he wanted to be number one. And so he gave Ross Perot a little something, and Ross Perot gave him his votes. That's the way it's supposed to work. Quid pro quo. I
but
do something
unless
for you,
another
you do something
billionaire,
for me.
it takes a billionaire to get into that independent race and actually make a little bit of headway. Because
That's not true.
what other independent
No, it
that wasn't
doesn't.
doing it?
Well,
Nigga, we
modern
just talked about
elections,
Rand Paul.
Who?
We talked
Rand
about Rand
Paul.
Paul.
Rand Paul? He wasn't a
Hold on.
billionaire.
Do you think Trump is a billionaire?
Fuck no. But his money,
All
he
right.
didn't. That wasn't his money. That was fucking Elon
Bro,
clearly was funding that dude.
the amount of people who I've heard
You
use
saw
that, like,
you. But did you see the budgets? They showed the budgets today of how much both parties spent. He spent over or up to $100 million.
Yeah,
That's
because he's
not
gonna
a
get that
lot.
back on the back end.
I
Yeah.
know. Hey,
And,
hey,
and
that
the Democrats, Bloomberg, he blew like 50 million in 2020, but I don't hear
yeah.
y'all bitching about it.
I'm not look at the point of the day. None of them niggas got my best interest. I don't think I'm ever going to see if I can pull out
No,
Well,
political.
you vote for Democrats, so you obviously are okay with them and what they think of
I
your
told
interests.
you I voted on behalf of my family, like myself.
You say you vote on behalf of your family, but at the end of the day, nigga,
My name is on the ballot. I understand that, but
exactly.
you ain't casting your vote to the country that your wife is native in. You wasting her voting time.
Nigga, you
oh,
realize
he the man. She
the
native to here
country
now,
that
nigga.
the
She,
country that she is native in, nigga. They admit that that shit's rigged. In America, we don't
Exactly.
live
So why the
pretend.
hell your black ass with your education ain't go there and win the election by bribing everybody with $20 because that's like a million over there, ain't it?
because they might assume
Something
he
like
had
that.
$40 and they just shoot him.
That's true. That's
Exactly.
true.
That's the other
Yeah,
thing. Like, yeah,
that's true.
they gonna see you got a little bit of money. Like I've seen what you can buy with your money, man. I've
Show
seen
them
what
how
you can put
white the
down and get a
bottom of your
thousand.
black feet is and how much more distinguished you are to them. That's what you should be doing. But no, you
Also,
wasting your time.
okay.
I
So
don't like how go ahead.
no, okay. So I want to
No,
ask this. So
it's
that's the
to
one
what
that
you were
I
saying.
we
So
had a
whatever
number.
you said.
I don't need.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. We have all the numbers and stuff though. But I am kind of curious about like how many people did vote for like third party candidates versus like
It's
the
1.5 million.
the last 2 years.
Yeah, it was just
Roughly
over a million.
1.5 million. 1.5 million. It's the
Each
most that we've seen in a long time, but it's still just 1.5 million.
like they got more than Kanye did.
Yeah, way more
And I
than
voted for
Kanye did.
Kanye.
Okay. Oh, collectively. Okay.
You said
Yeah,
what?
yeah, collectively, yeah. Because remember, the votes would have been split differently. Like Trump would have 500,000 more if they would have been able to take um
Um.
Robert
Yeah.
Kennedy off the ballot. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been able to take him off because remember he was number four. Like it goes Green Party, so Jill Stein, my girl.
That's
Then it
good.
went Robert Kennedy, which he was like, please don't vote for me, bro. And then number five was the Libertarian guy, which is
Franklin
hilarious.
Herschel.
And right.
And
Well,
So
then
like then
Herschel was number six.
libertarians are
yeah,
fucking
and
crazy.
like the whole point again, the whole point of me kind of asking about this again is not to go and reinforce like, hey, you should go ahead and vote for Democrat. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm really kind of curious just about the impact that it kind of has though, because again, like the thing that kind of points out to me is not the third party thing, is the amount of people who just decide not to vote. If that That again,
Well,
as we talked
Actually,
about
I'm
at the
wrong.
beginning of
It
it, that's
was
very huge.
2.3 million. It was
good.
2.3 million who voted
Yeah, it
for a
was a
third
very
party.
huge.
So it was 1.5%, which is a record-breaking amount, which I'm
Like,
sure the
yeah,
two-party duopoly is not happy about.
Yeah,
yep.
but they
You get it.
assume that
And
those votes are going to go to a Democrat or a Republican, which we don't talk about is this system was never designed to be a two-party system.
They actually spoke directly
I
against
say
it.
that all the time, and nobody ever fucking
But you still
Well,
vote
because
for
most
fucking
people are stupid,
Democrats.
and you vote for
because nigga, if
Democrats,
I'm
so it's
gonna
going to stay the
throw,
same.
all right, how about this? I'm gonna give y'all a real honest answer. If I'm gonna throw it away, I get to choose which pond I'm gonna throw my fucking penny in.
That's what he's
pretty
saying.
much,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
basically
it's
what
my
it said.
penny. That's what I'm saying. It's my penny.
Yeah, and they were trying to shame people on the Democratic side for voting third
That's
party.
because that's the only thing they know how to do is shame you and use your
That
culture
does
that they
not
are very
work
unaware
anymore,
on. No,
especially
because
for
niggas
black
and
have no
men.
shame, especially
It's
these
not
white
that
boys.
because there's no point in
nobody
having
has
shame
shame
when we
anymore.
know that I tell every black man who voted for freaking Democrats, you wasted your vote. It had nothing for you. And then they'll say your vote, if your vote was for them, it was for
So
somebody else. It was not for
based
you.
off of, I have this one thing. This is a serious question. Based off of what you have been sharing earlier, do you feel like them not
Nope.
have? Well, you said they don't have nothing for you versus what the Republicans are doing is quote unquote kind of
It's
leave you
not. See,
alone.
that's what you're
They don't
doing
give
a
a fuck about
duopoly. What
you.
I'm saying is you don't have to vote for either one of them.
I
But
agree.
we
But why?
okay.
Why? I mean,
Okay.
you're throwing it in the other buckets, the lesser buckets, technically.
Third party. I said vote third party in real life. The only reason I voted for Trump is for cultural issues. And I really think he's with that weird shit, to be honest with you. But I also wanted to troll the
I
Democrats.
I want to see the motherfucker deport 20 million fucking Latinos. I want to
Oh
see
It's
who
yeah,
gonna
does
be
that.
about five.
I want this. I want this a lot, and they're gonna be like, "What?" It's like, no, 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 no. He
Yeah, you
said he
asked
was
for
gonna
this.
do it. He
Yeah,
said he was gonna do it.
you
Remember?
asked for it. Yeah, go for it.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I think they'll get they're gonna get a
Because
couple though.
they put all them immigrants in them asylum cities to show the
Hmm.
Democrats how stupid they were. So now I want to see
Yep.
him go into
They
his
were going
apartment
there
complex.
anyway. You and I both know. They were just helping them get there faster.
Nah, not in the inner city of Chicago. The type of immigrants that's there,
Oh,
they
not
weren't there before.
they got some new ones.
They fucked, and the problem with that, and I wish if we do have ignorant black people that do listen to us, that that skews the fucking demographic for local elections. Like
They
that
shouldn't be able to vote. Why are they letting them vote?
I don't know, nigga. That's your government, man. I'm
Nigga,
about
that's
to
your Democrats, nigga. That's what I'm
yeah,
telling you.
nigga, it's your red. It's all
Oh, is that
red, you
are you
nigga.
about
You
to lead
blood
the
nation.
country?
No, nobody's gonna lead
You
the
about to lead
country.
the
That's
country?
the thing I always
Nah,
love.
yeah.
When
I
people are like,
want to,
"Man, this
hey,
country's
I
so
want to,
bad.
but I'm
It's
scared.
such a sad day." Then leave. Then leave America.
I mean, where
Leave
would you
America. How
go?
about you leave? No, no,
Actually,
no, no.
my
Let me
my
just say you
company
go.
actually has
Just get
roles
away
up in
from
the
here.
UK. I looked at it, but
No, you're gonna be poor there, bro.
no,
No,
they
not
pay
poor.
you.
Not
No,
poor.
no, they
Just
don't. No, because you get paid for the cost of living adjustment based off of what your salary is, bro,
I don't think
and they
people
relocate you.
understand
I know
what
what they nigga.
poor is.
I've been
Okay,
there. I know what
okay,
it
okay.
is, but
You
I
know,
don't want to
most
go to
people
the
poor as
UK.
fuck over there, right? You
I
know.
don't want to, and you don't pay the taxes over there because you work for an American company. You're an expat.
That's only for a certain amount of years, sir.
Yes, I know that. I ain't say I want to
Okay.
stay there forever, nigga. I just want to get away for a while.
Oh, your kid's
Why
gonna
can't
be
nigga take a
British.
vacation? Why you hating on me? I ain't hate on you
his
when you
kid. His
went
kid's
somewhere
gonna be
else.
British. His kid's gonna be British. This motherfucker think he gonna have British kids.
No, man, I want to have an Italian accent. I'm waiting for something to pop up in Italy. I miss good old
You know,
Italian.
Italians don't like
And they
black
call it
men. They like black women.
I
Nigga,
know
you
that,
go
but
there for no
luckily my
reason.
woman look like them, so we good.
Nah, nigga, they gonna think that you infiltrated, and that's gonna be bad for
That's okay. They don't
you.
fuck with us. I know that already. They scared to fight. They only 5 feet tall.
mm,
I mean, nigga, they actually breeding a little tall these days, but
Yeah,
hey,
but they
you know what?
mixed. They
They getting
mixed.
taken over by the Muslims anyway, so give it 20 years. They
They
got
getting
their
taken
own
over by
issues
them.
with
They getting
immigration.
taken over by them Africans that France kicked out.
Africans and Muslims, like
I mean, shit, France
they
kicked
get
everybody
taken.
out. They're like, if you are darker than this
you
paper bag,
using
the
If you
fuck
are
out.
dark
Muslims as a
and you
race.
can't win the World Cup, please exit to the left.
That's about right. Can you play
Yeah, sound
soccer?
about right.
He black and white. Trust me, he gonna have some soccer skills.
You gonna
You
have
can
some.
come here.
You black and white? Oh yeah, we got room for him. What do you
He
mean you
gonna
got
have
room for
black
him? We
and
got
look,
room
he gonna
for him.
be like a
So
Steph Curry of
I
basketball.
I do hate when they say move to Africa because I don't want to move to Africa because there's
Depends on
just
what part.
It's a continent.
I don't
Depends
care.
on
Yeah,
what
what
part.
part?
I don't want to. There's nothing there that I want because they're the little those
Nigga,
little
they got
small little
lions.
patches. They got patches of places that's like cool to live. But what about when I want to venture out? And I'm not talking about on the airplane.
You venture out to the other patches.
I don't want to, nigga, because you got to go through the crazy unhinged and feral parts.
You know, you'll be all right, man.
I
Just
seen
don't
Hotel
say nothing.
Rwanda. I look like Don
You'll
Cheadle,
be
nigga. I'm
fine.
scared.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
Come on, man. You're a
Don't you-
black man. Stop being scared.
Yeah, don't say
I
nothing.
seen what they did to Don Cheadle, man. I ain't doing it no more, man. That nigga
That's
crippled
fair.
me.
I mean,
And he
look,
look
man.
like
Don
one of
Cheadle
them.
had it coming. Exactly. You look like one of them. Go out there.
Exactly.
Wait, what happened to Don
I'm
Cheadle?
saying.
Yeah, they
Oh,
took his
he's
Hotel
legs,
exactly.
Rwanda.
man. They took his legs and made him hang out with Iron Man, dog.
Hotel
Exactly. It
Rwanda.
took his leg, bro. It took his
No,
fucking leg.
I don't know if you ever seen Hotel Rwanda, but that's the movie about the genocide out there.
Which
Oh,
is
that's
crazy because Rwanda now is one of the best countries
California.
in Africa.
I know it is now.
That's your people, ain't it? Rwanda?
Who?
Yeah,
Yo,
man. Rwanda.
Yeah, that's
Rwanda.
his people, Nigerians.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
black.
Apparently, no,
Hey,
Nigerians
no, man.
apparently are not from
So
Rwanda.
you racist, man? How come I can't go to the part of my ancestry that says I'm Scottish and Irish, man? You a racist,
No, no,
man.
no, no. First and foremost, you know you're not a real Scot.
I
You're the
am,
kind that got
man.
kicked
I
out. You're the
am,
You
kind that
not a
got
Jill
kicked out.
Scott.
I am
You're
because
not
my
you.
the alcoholism I
You're
have is
not an
different than the other
O'Connery.
black people I know.
You're not an O'Connery
Yes,
or a
I am, man. Look,
Mally.
I got one
This
red
nigga.
ball here, man. I had it since I was a kid.
Like, man, you are not one of the real Scottish men. All right.
I'm one of the
You
original,
don't
man. I'm
even
like
Okay.
drink.
Kyrie.
You don't even drink while you're doing everything, bro.
I'm like
Get out of
Kyrie,
here.
dog.
This
Yes, I do it all,
nah,
man.
bro. Nah, bro. Nah,
Oh,
nah, nah.
are
We
y'all
don't. We
really
don't. We don't consider.
disappointed in the election, or it's gonna be one of those things we don't care about in a week?
No,
We're
nah,
not going to care about it in a week.
I'm not gonna care about it.
We ain't
I
gonna
kind of
talk
already
about
know.
nothing until
I'm
the
still mad about it.
first Trump action. That's the thing that we all on fucking edge about right now. What is gonna be the first action of his?
Hopefully, he shoot that bitch Cheney in that goddamn guillotine like she said he was.
Oh God.
Ain't gonna put her in no damn guillotine.
Oh my
That's the
god.
thing about it, is, man. These people all hang out. They probably gonna go to the club. Trump
Nah,
might
he
even
don't.
get a little.
Nah, Trump. That's another thing I would say. He don't hang out with them. He don't hang out with them.
No,
Man.
he hangs out
Trump,
with the
Trump don't
fucking
like music.
that nigga hanging out
He
with
does not
Dana
like
White
music.
right now, man. Lord knows he probably gonna have us fight for our rights.
Shit,
In
sound
that case,
good.
nigga, we all about to get rights.
I'm
But
about
like,
to
wait,
say,
these everyday black men can fight. Yeah, actually, you should have never made this about hands
hey man,
because Sham is a general. This guy is now your new vice president, Reed. Y'all should have never let this man go here. I'm gonna be in the
That
shadow
sound
behind
good.
all
I
these
love to
niggas.
fight some white men who've been training. I think I could take them still.
This man, he's gonna take everybody out. They're gonna be like, "Damn, Reed,
Now,
why you got so many stars on your
matter of
badge?"
fact, I want to
Because
fight all the
once it
trans
became,
people.
once
Man,
nigga said he wanted the warm ups.
I feel
He
like
said
since I've been domesticated, I've become more of a threat to society because I get all this pent up suburban dad aggression, and I'm a nigga.
it's when you snap. I think you lean too hard into it. You want to lean out a little bit, sir. Lean out a
Yeah,
little bit.
lean out a little bit, man. It's kind of like,
Just a
like you
little
gotta
bit.
let your shit breathe. Gotta let your
Yeah.
shit breathe.
No, man, I'm just gonna go
But
ahead and
I'm
kill.
gonna be real with you. You sound like a
Hey,
white woman.
if you kill an illegal immigrant, is it against the law because they not technically a person in
Yes,
this country?
Yes, it's
yes. It
legality.
is still
Y'all some
against the law.
haters,
Sovereign.
man. I'm trying to
Oh,
find a
but you can
loophole.
torture one and let it free.
No, man. I'm trying to
Let
help this
it
Did you
country.
say
free.
let
They're
it free?
people, nigga.
Yeah, let it
Let
free.
Nigga,
it
they're
free.
still
Yeah.
people. Nigga, they're still people.
Uh,
All right.
I
Are
What we
they?
mean,
not about to
Are
do?
they though?
What we not about to do is lose
I mean,
our
not
humanity
on paper.
before black people become 90% of the population. All right. After black people become 90% of the population, whatever the fuck happens. But
well, y'all
until
keep
we get
fucking white
our
girls,
numbers
then we
up,
gonna do it. Everybody
exactly.
fucking
We
white
get those
No,
girls.
because the
numbers up.
white passing ones keep identifying as them.
No, man, no. You got to raise your your jits right,
I,
man.
hey,
Get
hey,
your jits
hey.
right.
I'm look. I'm already doing my part. I'm what's the word? I'm deflowering the Latino side of it.
The
The
flowering is
flower,
a
the
The
Latino.
horrible
flower.
answer.
It's a
He's going
horrible
after
word.
virgins.
He's going at the virgins only. He doesn't like them after that. He said, no, one hole, that's it.
I mean, I might have misused the word, but I ain't gonna take it back because it's already said.
It's already said. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to another episode of Everyday Black Man Podcast, Emergency Podcast. We had to get you all about this Trump thing. I'm going to put this podcast out. Lord knows this might be the most fucked up podcast release, but it's
You
all
better
on
take that
Reed.
youngest
You can
number.
follow us. You can follow us on Twitter, EBYD Black Men, Instagram, Everyday Black Men, Everyday Black Man, Facebook page. We also have Patreon, EBMP. All exclusive episodes go up there as well as all things start there first, exception being the Emergency Podcast. And of course, our website is www.everydayblackmen.com.
That's why that bitch lost,
Peace.
you fucking losers. Fuck that bitch.
Bring
First
it.
sale,
First
2029.
down. And Jill
Okay, so
Stein.